Hi guys, it's Bobby Joe again. I was asked to do a video of my Gillio Campagna vintage collection. There are 3 in the collection, and so I'll go through each one just briefly. The Gillio, what makes it the vintage is that the artisans had found a crate of the old Gillio leather. I have never owned a Gillio from years ago. I came across Gillio, I guess I'm still relatively new to it, but it's been maybe 3 years. I have at some point owned a Gillio, and so I don't know what the original leather felt like until I had these. I've owned Croc Gillios, and I've owned the Apoca leather. So I have owned each different type of leather. I have actually had their real ostrich also and the ostrich print. So I've owned each leather that they actually have. So these, besides the undyed is beautiful too, but these and the undyed would probably be my favorite out of the Gillio line. This came about because a crate was found by the artisans. This was 10 plus years old of leather. They had darkened, patinaed, and caused them to be different ranges of browns. And so if you go to the Gillio website and look on their blog area, you would be able to see a video where they can explain it much better than I do. But these are mine. I actually had gotten them when they were released. I believe it was in February. I was not using Campagnas at the time. My friend Renee had gotten a mocha and it was beautiful. And I decided, well, I'll just get one. And I was able to get an espresso. And shortly after that, I was able to get a latte. I actually had not used them, kept them in a box, and maybe after a month of purchasing, I decided that I would sell them. And then around the end of May, I was kind of wanting to use rings again. I had no ring planners at the time. So I was really kind of missing the leather that I had owned of the vintage line. And this one came up on the marketplace. Elena listed this one up there, and I was lucky enough to get it. So this is the mocha that I showed you in my very first video. It has striations here. I don't know if they come through on the video, but it's quite beautiful that you can see them in person. The vintage line comes with a contrast stitching, which the Gillios now have matching stitching. I actually really wish Gillio would do their puntos or something else with like a contrast stitching option, or just like another little line for us to pick from, because I really like the contrast stitching. I think I actually prefer it over the matching. So this is my mocha. She's quite chunky. This has 25 millimeter rings. The other thing, oops, sorry, I think I got it out of frame there. The other thing that the original Gillios had were, they had gold poppers, where if you get a Gillio now, you're going to get silver. You don't have an option to have that be gold. And it came with gold rings. Now, gold rings with Gillio, you do have the option to get gold or silver. You also have the option to get 25 or 30 millimeter. I probably should upgrade to 30 millimeter. I just haven't done that yet. So this is my Mocha. If you told me I could probably only keep one, I would probably just keep my Mocha. I absolutely adore this planner. I love everything about it. It's probably my squishiest out of the three I have. And that could be because I've used it the longest. And I purchased this pre-loved, so the person that had it had also used it. Not a lot, but it had been handled. And so that could be why this one just feels more squishier. So there's that. And then this real quick, I'll show you. I do put my Gillio in a planner pouch. It is pink and it is made from Christina Loves Planning. She is on Instagram and here on YouTube. And she makes really soft, just very cuddly planner pouches in all different colors. She's got so many colors, and yeah, and they're a great price too. I think when I bought mine, they were 2 for $20. So I have a second one. So that was my first one I purchased. My second one I was lucky to find also on the Gillio Marketplace on Facebook. I had posted an in search of in the group, and one of the members reached out to me and was willing to let me purchase this one. This one has much more pebbling, hopefully you can see it, than my Mocha. It's got bigger pebbling up here, and it's got the contrast stitching again. And this is the Gillio pen that came with it. This one, you were never promised that your Gillio would be uniform in color because each of the pieces, it was pretty much like putting a patchwork quilt together, and each of the pieces came from different hides. So they had patinaed differently. And were maybe a little darker in color. So you can see it in this one, hopefully, that here is a little bit lighter and my inside is very much a dark chocolate. At least it is in person. So if I fold this in like this, hopefully you can see it, where my outside is kind of like a milk chocolate. And my inside is dark. I do keep the ones that I am not using on my desk. I have them out of sunlight, but I do like to touch them pretty much daily and just have them out there because these are I just think they're a beautiful piece. And the smell of these are just so lovely and just very strong leather smell. So, and I do keep my alley clip there to protect the fly leaf. So that is my espresso. And then my third one is called Latte. And this was more closer to the original Gillio Gold. And the strap here is a little bit reddish to me. It's got a little bit red color to it. This will get much more of a shine once I really start using it. This one is much smoother than my other two. It has striations that wrap all the way around it. I don't know if you can see that, but it's really a very beautiful piece. And the inside is very smooth with some striations here. And then I have the fly leaf and my strap look very similar, like they came from the same hide. This is very smooth though, where my strap is probably, it really is the only part of this planner that has any texture, which is fine with me. This is just a really beautiful piece. So I think my espresso will be the one that I will move in for fall. So I'm thinking September I will put this one to use. So these are my 3 vintage Gillio Campagnas that I own. They're the only Gillios at the moment that I do own. I did say in my other video that I would like to possibly add in a personal wide, or at least give it a try to see if I would like it for my work planner, and then just pull work out of here, and then I would just have the 2. The other size that I actually have owned is a B6. That's a really great size. Also, if I decide to get a Gillio B6, I will use that mainly as my dailies and maybe some journaling. So I'm always changing things around. For my planner friends that know me, I buy and sell a lot. I am really never in the same planner the whole year. 2 months in this is a very long time for me. Last year I did use a B6 from July till December, and that was really a long time for me to be using that. So this, at the moment, this system is working and I'm enjoying it. These are my forever Gillios. I learned my lesson from buying these when they first released, then selling them, and then having to come back and rebuy them. Not everybody likes to let go of these because they will never be made again. This leather was found, and we were lucky enough to get them. So that is my Gillio Vintage Campagna line. If you have any questions, please let me know. And thanks for watching.